Namaskar, good evening. Welcome to Face Soumyajit. Another Wednesday, 7 p.m. We are with a change maker. And our journey will continue. The change will also continue. And our planet and Earth will be a different Earth and different planet. So today with us, Satyarup Siddhanta, and we will have almost 1 hour chat show today. We will know several things. But before that, we had a very great disaster recently at Uttarakhand. So let's see what happened. And after that, we will start our show. Yes, we stand with Uttarakhand. And a glacier burst. And fortunately, unfortunately, we are today with a person, Shotarup, who knows ins and outs of the mountains, the glaciers. And before starting our show, I will ask Shotarup to please say what happened after 2013 Kedarnath flood. Another glacier burst. Is it man-made or environmental disaster normal? Shotarup, please.
Well, this is definitely something not natural. I mean, like not natural in the sense this is an aberration. It doesn't happen day in and day out. What happened in 2013 was a cloudburst, and you have to understand what a cloudburst is. So when a lot of precipitation happens within a very short span of time, so that floods the entire place, and that had happened in 2013. And it's just like as if you are taking some water in a ball and that rubber ball, and that rubber ball bursts. So a lot of volume thing happens, and they have scientific reasons, like when hot air and cold air carrying all these things gets together, this happens. So we have seen a huge disaster in 2013, and many people lost their lives. But then that is a fury of nature which you cannot control, just like you couldn't control in 2015 earthquake that had happened, which resulted in an avalanche. Who thought that that huge an avalanche can fall off, right? Similarly, this year, whatever happened in Uttarakhand and all those places is like there are multiple versions to it, but one such version is about a glacier breaking because there was a cloud burst at the top, and that resulted in a huge fall of debris and ice and everything, which added up to and the water together, they just blew off the whole hydro project power plant. Now 10 years nothing happened, and suddenly this happened, right? So now in the hindsight, a lot of questions will come. That was the project, was it necessary there? Could it not be thought of? Actually, nobody thinks in that depth. But now that it has happened, it has given us an opportunity to implement design thinking, because we cannot stop innovation, we cannot stop development, right? But we can definitely stop the encroachment, human encroachment, or we can also prevent that the settlements next to the river banks, to analyze the risk factor, to ensure that what can be done to mitigate that risk, right?
Right.
So I think this is very unfortunate that it had happened, but we can't blame one person or something, because it's nature's fury at the end, unless investigation shows something else. So
Right.
but
Right.
my heart
Today
goes
we
to
have
all those families, who has lost their near and dear ones, and it
right.
was very unfortunate and very sad an incident. Yeah.
Yes, yes. We also feel so, and that is why, in a very unusual way, we started with Uttarakhand today. And when you were here, we thought of asking this question. And before I welcomed you, I asked you a question, and now a formal introduction. And I think no formal introduction is required for Shotorup because our chat show will give different dimensions to our viewers, so they will understand. Just a few days back, I was telling that this week my show guest is, oh, I saw the gentleman in a television show. So let's see something in audiovisual form and then we will come back to our show once again. I once again welcome Shotarup here for joining our show today. Shotarup, a BTech in Computer Science from Sikkim Manipal Institute Technology Sikkim, NFNLP USA certified basic and master practitioner NLP coach, basic mountaineering course from Himalayan Mountaineering Institute Darjeeling, certified horse rider Bangalore, P1 level certified paraglider. There are a lot many. I cannot complete the list because several pages we have to read, and that's not fair because we will be ultimately deprived of stories, exciting adventure, so many things. So with that, I will not come to Shotoro with a question: how many summits he did, how many volcanic areas he visited. So I will. My first question, that is the last part of his journey after this pandemic, setting up COVID Network Society, if I tell correctly, and how the
It's
journey
COVID Care
started.
Network. Yeah,
COVID
COVID
Care
Care
Network,
Network.
COVID Care Network, and you are the secretary there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my first question, uh, basically you are engineer, and we used to know about you. You have so many activities that we will discuss later on. But the latest activity, that is COVID Care Network, during the pandemic, lot of activities. You initiated lot of activities. I was going through the bullet points, and I want to know from your mouth how it prompted, how what ignited your mind to start this network society.
Yeah, to be honest, I never thought that I will get enough time to do social work and get myself involved into that. But when it happened, I'm grateful that I got this opportunity of a lifetime to serve people. Otherwise, mountaineers like me are very selfish with our own goals, with our own thoughts, with our own everything our own. Even the risk is our own, our success is our own. Even the audience at the top of the mountains are we. Like there are no more audience in the top, but I was also like rest of the people who locked oneself in the house, hoping that COVID will not touch us. And I happened to stay at my parents' place in Kolkata that time, and I took the opportunity to stay back here along with them during the entire COVID period. Now, during this time, in early June, my uncle got, my maternal uncle got COVID infected. And first it was awe and disbelief, and we were not sure what to do. We were like directionless. And that time it was equating like, oh, my uncle is 70 plus, You add to
True.
it COVID, that is equivalent to death, right? And we were preparing our mind that okay, we might not get back in, and first symptoms that when he had this COVID, the fever and all. Initially, immediately, I told that, is it COVID? Did a COVID test? But then I realized that my uncle's family, by the name of COVID itself, was so repulsive. No, 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 it cannot be COVID. He didn't go out, and this is maybe just cold because he was he was watering some plants and all. But then we have seen the news so much, and any fever and fever-like symptoms were treated as COVID unless otherwise proved to be tested to be negative. So we started educating my uncle's family, and then we were in dilemma that to go for that test also, we have to take a driver, a car, and go for a test. What if he was COVID positive? Would that mean that we are unknowingly spreading that to the driver who is still driving to support his family? What should we do? So then suddenly I told this to my friend Madhavilata Mitra, and she told that her mom is in hospital now, and that time, and she had got COVID, and she told that you can actually get the test done from home. Now at that time, June, early week, it was nobody was talking if somebody got COVID because of stigmatization. So I got surprised that this information was not there in the television that time in the news. Only the counters were going that how many people died and how many people recovered and all those things. Then we called the people, and then I learned a lot of things, a lot of insights from what Madhavilata had gone through regarding her mother. So it was a first-hand information that I got.
Madhavilata means model Madhavilata?
Yes, model and mountaineer Madhavilata.
Okay,
So
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So then I got a lot of insights, and that helped us to take informed decision, good decisions, and that's why I could persuade my uncle's family that even government hospitals are better rather than going to a private hospital, which and I my uncle's family told me that if something happens, I will catch you, and that because you are taking us to a government
Yes, yes.
hospital,
Right.
and I took that risk, and I told that no, because this is
And
the first hand
and,
experience, and
and
yes,
novel venture started.
yes, no, and so what I did was immediately I started writing about it in Facebook, and a
Yes.
lot of people got benefited from those information, and I thought that it was me only who didn't knew that information, but then I realized all across the people also didn't have access to this information.
Right,
Then I
right, right.
realized that if this information helped me to take better decision to tackle COVID, why not spread this
For
decision
the
and yeah, for others? And at the same time, Dr. Abhijit Chaudhary, he's a great guy. Everybody should be knowing about him. So he was also looking to do something regarding COVID, and at that time when nobody was even coming near the Belehat ID hospital, I went inside to meet my uncle, to counsel my uncle. So I am a counselor as well, because he was not eating food and he was taking off his mask, and doctor said he will die if you think you can help, go and help. So the first day when I entered in that Beleghata ID hospital, I was like as if entering in a lion's den. And so first day I was not successful in counseling my uncle. Uh, but the second day when I again went, that time the fear was gone, because I know that if I had to get COVID infected, I already did yesterday.
right,
So let's
right.
focus on the thing. And then somehow I was successful in that mission. And somehow Dr.
Right.
Abhijit Chaudhary got to know this information that I am looking forward to work for with people, counsel people and all. And then he approached me, and then the first answer
And the
was
whole
that
journey started. The
yeah,
journey
but I told
started.
that I am not a
And
doctor. I am not a doctor. How can I take this role? And he said, you don't need to be a doctor to help the society.
right,
And you
right,
can
right.
do a better job than any doctor, because too much information is also bad.
Yes,
And you have gone through this personally. So that's how the COVID Care Network's journey started,
Started.
where I was the seeker and somebody was the mentor. And then I brought in Madhavilata, I brought in my friend Arindam Das, lawyer, and then the president of our COVID Care Network itself, he is a COVID winner. And then we got lot many like-minded people who wanted to make a difference in the society. And this became a platform. It is not mine, it is not someone else's, it is a platform for
Everybody,
all.
everybody.
Yes, yes, yes. And everybody came together. That's how the journey
Yeah,
started.
yeah, yeah. Fantastic journey, and it's a salute from Face to Face Showmujit platform to COVID Care Network. Now is being represented by Satyarup Siddhanta, and we definitely will look forward to your team members in future. So I came to about your network most probably from 24 Ghanta television show because you have been invited there to talk something. Now I remember that you were there. So it is not only COVID care network, not only you have stood beside the people who are suffering, you had a inner sense, inner mind to help to stand beside people because you implemented social development projects with Citizens for Social Justice, a platform for the citizen, by the citizen, of the citizen. It's a government registered NGO recognized by National Human Rights Commission. How you got involved in such activities? Since COVID care we have learned. So tell us very briefly because we will touch other activities also, how you came in those areas.
I think once you look for something, you attract those things, like,
Okay.
and it just happened, and I'm glad that it happened, and I attracted those things, and yes, I had an inclination towards doing all this, but because I was also working, though my heart wanted, but I couldn't do those things, right? But now that for the last 1.5 years, no, 1 year, 3 months, I'm not doing any job, formal job. I left my job to pursue my passion.
Let the
So I have,
audience know it is not because of pandemic. It is your choice you left the job. That story we will know afterwards.
yeah. So that way, I have got enough time, and I could do more and more, because we have got taken so much from the society, and I think it's time that we give back to the society as well. And to be honest, public health was never ever my area of concern. I was more into environment and all those climate change. I have two national level papers published on environment related stuff. But when I got introduced to this public health area, I realized that there is a huge gap. And we, not being doctors, you and I both can actually contribute a lot towards the public health area. And I have kind of decided to go ahead with this, my involvement with the public health sector, even much beyond this pandemic. Citizens for Social Justice, it's a venture. I would not say it's a venture. Yes, it's a social, work by one of my friend, school friend. He is advocate Arindam Das. So he was working in places like where I grew up in Murshidabad, and I wanted to do something there, and that gave me a platform to do a lot. So yeah, I mean, I'm just lucky to have friends around me where I can choose, and I can actually make an impact. So it's not my credit. It's just the opportunity came up and I was prepared.
Yes, you are being given an opportunity to do all these things. So you are lucky. We are lucky. The society is lucky. You have another area of work. You got yourself involved. That is, I think, West Bengal Commission for Protection of Child Rights. You are also a member of the team pertaining to uplifting and motivating kids at the juvenile homes, enabling them to build on their life skills. Another activity which you pursued. So, how do you manage internally and externally? Because we have not discussed your strong forte till now. How do you manage these areas internally and externally?
Well, I think I don't watch TV, and that's why I have a lot of a lot of time. And again, like these are the activities that anyone can do if you have the right intent. You will find opportunities to do all this, and you will find all the time to do that. Just like you might say that I don't have time to do this, but you have time to take bath, you have time to take food. So where are you
Right.
getting that time from? Because you have prioritized that. So when I do something with my heart, I prioritize that and I ensure that it is done. So yes, kids, I believe if we have to make a change in the society, we have to start with the kids because they are going to be the future of our country tomorrow. And all you can do to a kid is to help him to dream big, infuse a sense of hope in the ocean of hopelessness. Now with that one hope, they can just become a meteor. And I have seen myself that when I was going through my lot of problems, personal life, and with one hope I could change the whole thing for me. And so if it worked for me, it can work for
It
anyone.
will work.
And
Right.
yeah. So I think if we can, and I also believe that academic skills, yes, it is required, but to succeed in life, in terms of to face the ups and downs of life, academic skill alone won't help. You need to build on your life skills. And what better it can be than adventure, and what better it can be than that telling these stories, giving them an exposure to different areas. And I have a lot of plans for the kids as well, which I want to do, involving my company that I have opened up, Winners and Achievers. So through that, I want to work with the kids and work on the mind, fill them with
Right.
hope, fill them
Yes,
with
yes,
dreams. So
yes. So, your favorite, I think today's show name is also same thing. Chasing dreams against all odds. You like these words, this sentence very much. And very briefly, you tell why you like these things. What are the components which made you to go for this sentence very often?
right, because I believe, again, like you will hear a lot of this word belief, and belief is the foundation of everything. Like if you believe, you can do things. So yes, if a dream remains a dream for long, it just becomes a wish. But if that dream becomes a target, what do you do for a target? You chase them, right? Now, you have to be always on the move, because what was relevant yesterday is not relevant today. So you have to adapt, you have to change, you have to fill your bucket with new dreams, achieve them, and not stay there. Of course, you should savor your successes, but also learn from it, move, and go for the next dream. So I think that's my mindset. So I'm always searching for dreams, and I get scared sometimes talking to multiple people, because you never know where these dreams gets implanted. And then I have to run behind my dreams. And of course it has its own merits and demerits. And it takes, like, you have to sacrifice a lot for achieving a dream. So
Yeah.
yes, I love chasing my dreams.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. And I think during sleep also you dream. And those dreams come into reality after some time and you chase those dreams also.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
sometimes, so
we,
this
yeah,
impossible, the word impossible dreams are like those dreams which might take a little longer than the actual dreams. So there is nothing called impossible. And it is of course, if that volume of the quality of the dream is not enough to scare you, what is the dream?
yeah, yeah. And we wish you chase more dreams against all odds. That is the belief from this show that you chase more dreams. And I will come
Yes.
back once again before we start your journey in several, I mean, peaks. You achieved so many records, those things. And before that, I will come to the environment issue, what we started at the beginning. You are president of Abeto, an NGO working towards environment issues. Uh, do you always think about the areas of concern in human life? And
So
if
if I
so, you have also already answered in so many years. If you can add any more thing, I am
right,
finding I first knew you as Satyarup Siddhanta in a different dimension. And while start doing research, I found you as a different person. So what is the reason you are finding so many issues which concern human life?
right. So in fact, this Abeto, it was formed with a different intention to do more research-oriented work. But I it got limited because my less knowledge on that area, and I didn't wanted to do just like go and plant trees without any scientific approach towards it. Uh, I might go and plant today also. I can go and plant 1 lakh saplings, but then am I going to see that this 1 lakh saplings are becoming a tree? If I am not able to do that,
You are
there's no point in planting 1 lakh trees. Rather, I will plant one tree and ensure that it grows. So that way, I never, so I had to keep that in hold. And I wanted to do more intellectual work there, a lot of papers, a lot of scientific understandings. So, yes, currently it is dormant, but I believe that if I can make my surrounding better, I can be better, right? So it is again coming from a selfish thought. It starts with me and it ends with me.
you are using selfish. But the way you are pursuing your life, that doesn't speak. I don't know how you are using this selfish word. Uh, you are a very positive mind man, and you are doing excellent work. And now I come to another point. You are basically an engineer.
Yes.
You have so many professional qualifications. So, at this point of time, what you think yourself? An engineer, social activist, mountaineer, or you like more adventure? How you want to describe yourself? Everything or any two parts?
None. None, because these are all titles. Like today I climb mountain, so I am tagged as a mountaineer. Today I am doing some social work, so I am tagged as this one. So why do we need these tags? I love reading books from Robin Sharma, and Robin Sharma says that lead without a title. You don't need a title to lead. And leadership is an internal journey, and you lead your thoughts, your dreams, and ensure that while you are going and achieving your dreams and passion, ensure that it is actually helping the society as well. Because this thought had like it haunted me a lot when I was in my North Pole journey in 2019. I had a lot of time when the expedition got cancelled, and I was waiting for that. So that time it occurred to me that all this I'm climbing and all, how is it helping the society? Yes, I'm climbing, da da da. I did this. How is it helping the society? So if my work doesn't help the society, that work is nothing but your it ends with your life. So with a purposeful life, and I was searching for my purpose, I was searching and I'm still searching, but in this when I'm seeking this purpose, I am coming across a lot of areas in which I feel that I can make a difference. I do that difference and I move from there, and I find the next one which requires my skill set. So yes, I am a mix of everything, and this everything made me today what I am. So if I have an engineering thought, engineering mind, so that helps me to redesign, re-engineer my own life. And then when I re-engineer my life, I can evolve as a person, be it a mountaineer, be it a social worker, be it everything. And then as a byproduct, you are if some people gets benefited, why not?
Fantastic.
One life.
Actually, Yeah, yeah. So you are doing equal distribution, trying to do justice to your work, to your mind, to your dream, and everything. You are trying to do justice. Uh, you have trained a group of entrepreneurs to build leadership skill through adventure sports in India. That's not my question. My question: how popular is adventure sports in India?
Um, to be very, very honest, only of late there had been inclusions of the higher level of the society into adventure sports. Earlier, it was perceived as very dangerous sport, this, that, and all. But I think movies like Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara and all, like, it had actually attracted people to go and try certain things beyond their comfort zone. And I'm not generalizing. Of course, there are some people who had been into the adventure sports and everything. But what I'm trying to do is to bring people to adventure sports who were never supposed to come to adventure sports, who would be scared, and it is not their cup of tea. So I want to bring those people into the adventure sports, and hence the leadership things are in the backdrop of mountains. But yes, it is getting traction thanks to the DPs and Facebook posts. Like people want to flaunt selfies and stuffs and all, whatever may be the reason. But it is helping the adventure community for sure, and I'm happy about it. That at least for a reason, let people come once, then they will become a lifelong seeker for adventure.
You brought samples of rocks and water from Antarctica to promote scientific research for IIT Kanpur Geology Department and Burdwan University Microbiology Department in West Bengal. What was the reason behind this move? For research,
Um,
obviously, I mentioned, but there is a greater passion about it. You wanted something to grow.
yes, again, that also stems from the same fact that I always try to figure out that how can I make my climbs more meaningful.
Right, right.
So
Yes,
and
I
like
got it.
and I wanted to do a lot of research myself, but my qualifications doesn't allow me to go and get enrolled for those kind of things. They said that you can't get to a PhD because you are not a master's, and I told, okay, what else can I do with this limited time and things? And I thought, okay, fine, if I cannot do, let me enable others who are doing, bringing samples which they otherwise cannot go and get it. And I have a lot of dreams on that area as well. Just looking for some people who can help me enable those dreams. So that can be another talk someday. But yes, research is something very close to my heart,
Right.
and I'm totally. I got motivated. I got inspired by early polar expeditions of Shackleton, where they had gone and done a lot of research activities. They helped promote research, and even Antarctica till date is in the treaty. It is mentioned that Antarctica should be
Yeah, yeah.
used only for research purposes and exploration, and no other commercial purpose. So
Yes,
imagine
that's
how what was the vision.
yeah,
Yes. So
exactly, exactly. Uh, we will come to another area now. That is the area you were a asthma child, and then now we get Satyarup Siddhant as a you conquered seven summits. I think I'm naming a few. Mount, or I think you can. That will be better for our audience if you say some of the summits,
yes.
seven summits.
So yes. First of all, I couldn't conquer any of these mountains, but I am trying to conquer myself, my fears, my inhibitions, my the self-limiting beliefs, and I am trying to conquer those. And these mountains are just metaphors. Tomorrow there can be another seven
That,
or five
yeah,
or
that
three.
is
It
your
really doesn't matter.
humility. Humility. That is your humility. Please carry on.
No, no, I mean, like, to be honest, like, again, and you have asked me that, why I'm dealing selfies, because these mountains, everybody has their own mountains to climb. And,
Okay.
and this can be represented in different ways, that fear, these malices, vices, everything. But are you evolving in your journey, right? So yes, these mountains, every mountain that I go and climb, the highest mountains of all the seven continents and the highest volcanoes of all the seven continents, South Pole, and again I'm going for North Pole. So every mountain taught me something, and I can't learn those from any books. Neither I can learn those in any B schools in four walls. What they have submitted here, but yes, for statistics, yes. The seven summits, the highest mountain of each of the seven continents, like Africa, it is Kilimanjaro, which again I am going to take a group in June. Anybody and everybody can, with a little preparation, can actually go and climb Kilimanjaro, which is also the highest volcano of Africa. Similarly, and again, like, since you are talking about scientific things, and also I have a research paper on the glacier, melting glacier at the top of Kilimanjaro, and it is very interesting place where you get to cross six ecological zones. You can Google and search about it, and it's a fascinating place. Similarly, Europe, there are controversies which is the highest, and also I decided to do both. One is Mont Blanc and one is Elbrus. Now, Elbrus happens to be the highest volcano of all this of Europe, and the highest mountain as well. But some consider Mont Blanc as well, so I did that as well. North America, the highest mountain is Mount Denali, also known as Mount McKinley. It is in Alaska. It's one of those best mountaineering expedition that I have done, which is very close to my heart. And the highest volcano is in Mexico, where it is Pico de Orizaba is that mountain. And every mountain has got so much stories, so much culture. It's not just the mountain climb there. You meet people, you meet the culture, you understand their culture, their food habits, their everything. Like, it's and I, to be honest, like, when I was a school student, I used to fail either in history or in geography. So whenever I used to fail in history, I study that, and geography used to fail. And what an irony that today, when I go to that place, I have to learn about the history of it, I have to learn about the geography of it, and I love it. I don't know. So like that, South America, you have the highest mountain is in Argentina, which is Aconcagua, and the highest volcano is in Chile, which is like, what is that name called? I totally forgot. Yeah, so it's not occurring to my mind. Yeah, so a lot of things are in my mind now, but yeah, so like that, Antarctica, you have Mount Vinson Massif, and you have Mount Sidley, the highest mountains and highest volcano. You have a lot of mountains in Australia, like, some say this, some say that. So I did all the three. Highest mountain is Mount Kosciuszko, which is the Child's Walk. Their staircases, but then according to Messner's list, it is Mount Carsten's Pyramid. Then some people say it is Mount Wilhelm. So I did all the three. And Mount Gilroy is the highest volcano in Papua New Guinea. Asia, Mount Everest is the highest mountain of Asia and the world. And the highest volcano is in a place which I least expected. It was in Iran, and I used to think that Iran is a desert, and the highest mountain, highest volcano of Asia is in Iran, and it is snow covered sometimes, and it was such a surprise for me
Amazing.
when I learned about it. So like that, all the seven continents, you have the highest mountains and highest volcanoes. So yeah, I climbed those. Yes, initially it was an impossible dream, but somehow I don't know how, but a lot of struggle, a lot of sacrifices, and finally today I am into all these mountains.
Fantastic, amazing. Salute to Satyarup from face to face, and on behalf of me, I am also extending my heartfelt thanks to you. And I find that from 2012 to 2018 and 2012 to 2019, this was the major period where you engaged in these activities, what you have been narrating right now. Last few years, you have not undertaken any such activities. So, are you preparing? I know you are preparing for something, and that story you will tell. And before that, I will request our back end to show one audiovisual on the recognition and awards and felicitations you received. Something I will narrate here, something will be shown on audiovisual. I think briefly we have shown some achievements, and
I just
for
recall
the
the highest volcano in the world in Chile. It is Ojos del Salado. My brain is now not working.
yes, but I think our team has worked hard for your show, and they have only shown the right visuals on it. So, a Guinness World Record for being the youngest in the world to climb seven summits and volcanic seven summits. And series of things viewers already have been shown on the screen, and you have been awarded Excellence in Mountaineering Award in 2018 by the Youth Service Department, Government of West Bengal. Awarded the highest state award in the field of mountaineering, Radhanath Shikdar Tenzing Norgay Adventure Award 2016 by the State Youth Service Department, Government of West Bengal. And you have been awarded Z Onunno Samman 2017 and presented with the Youth Award in Bangalore Youth Festival at the Kantiva Stadium 2014. These are various awards. We might not have mentioned many other felicitations because the time is there only to know more stories from you. So, uh, you met one gentleman. The name of that gentleman was, I think, in not just 1 minute. Let me see. Uh, yes, that the person who first, I think, went to North Pole or South Pole,
Oh,
Sir
Sir Robert Swan.
Swan, Sir Swan. Yes, I was
Correct, Sir Robert
forgetting the
Swan.
name because it is your every day's I think homework. But for me, I was not able to recollect the name. Sir Swan. Yes. How was the experience? You had an amazing story before the actual expedition started. He narrated that thing in the story that he enjoyed the session with you. And if you can tell us how it all took, what was the
Yeah, I mean, like
content of the discussion?
I was so lucky to meet him, and we had a discussion for more than 2.5 hours, and he was so inquisitive. I mean, like we shared a lot of things. Even we are in touch today, and there is a video in my profile where he spoke, about me, which I don't think I deserve that much, but I'm so lucky that I met him. Even I'm so lucky that a few days back, son of Tenzing Norgay, Jamling Tenzing Norgay, he also sent a video to me, speaking hi about me. So I feel so grateful because I never thought that I never came to mountaineering thinking that someday the people who I consider as great icons will come and pat on my back. But it just happened. But what I more enjoy is their friendship. And yes, I spoke about a lot of experiences, a lot of things on Mount Everest, a lot of things which I couldn't still understand why it happened, how it happened, and with limited resources, how I managed to climb all these. And in fact, Sir Robert Swan was the person who first told me or who assured me that yes, I can go ahead and why am I doing a job and why am I not contributing to the society, and the society needs me. And that echoed with what I internally wanted but never went inside to look into it or acknowledged it. So that was in my mind, and so we had a lot of productive discussion during that time. And he is also a great activist for climate change. So and so we have a lot of that kept us talking actually, like more than 2.5 hours that we spoke. That also in
Amazing.
Antarctica in his tent in the middle of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Sir Robert Swan, that was a historic moment in that sphere of land, isn't it?
Yes.
You enjoyed everything. You were mentioning that you had a polar expedition, I think, South Pole skiing. So, anything special there? Why you went there?
Yeah, I mean, South Pole. So as a kid, when I used to see a globe, I used to wonder that what happens if
Again,
a
that
person comes.
geography story.
Yeah. Childhood stories like, what happens if that person comes down? Will he fall? And where will he go? How can people go there below? So it's the kids' imagination, right? So it is too
Right, right.
fascinating me. And when I realized that people actually can go and ski there, because I never got exposed to these adventure stories, and adventure is not a part of our curriculum. So when I got to know that, I was like, wow, how fascinating it is. And that is also primary reason that I want to take these stories in the to more and more people about Antarctica, about the previous polar expeditions, where endurance and human endeavors, how people could do the impossible, so fighting all the odds. So that used to fascinate me. And in 2016 I wanted to go to Antarctica, but due to the demonetization, that went for a toss, and somehow I borrowed money, still I didn't get a chance. So then 2017, when I wanted to do, I thought, to compensate that 1 year loss, let me add some more things. And what I added was the highest mountain of Antarctica, the South Pole, the highest volcano of the world in Chile, 4 or 5 more mountains in Chile, and Tres Cruces, where Malli Mastan Babu, we have lost Malli there. So I wanted to do all these things together. Now, when I did all these things together, suddenly I saw that the whole budget of the expedition became $100,000. Can you imagine? $100,000. And at that time, I was sitting on a loan already. And I think this all was made possible because I worked on my mind, and I moved out from that victim mindset to a growth mindset. Eventually, I saw myself falling in a trap of huge loans, because I assumed that I will get support from the government, both central and state. Yes, the state recognized, and all these awards doesn't mean to me anything except the monetary part, because that helps me to go for more mountains. And yes, I'm honest about it and I'm candid about it, that I don't mind another 10 hours if they give me money for my next expedition. But otherwise, what will I do with this award? So
Definitely.
it's means I don't. My house is very small in Kolkata, and all these awards are pushed under the bed or somewhere and somewhere. Yes, but still I'm fighting to pay back all these financial liabilities, but I'm sure over time. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had asked me one question just before showing the video, and also that was about why there is a break. For I'm planning for something big. Yes, somehow I'm trying to break the shackles, and the yes, it is a it's a it's a true fact that this expedition requires a lot of money, and I totally depend on sponsorships and crowdfunding, and my close friends, relatives, they are all supporting my expedition. But if there are some better policies for government, if the government helps to achieve the mountaineers and adventure sports thing, I think we can do a lot many more. But that cannot be an excuse for me. And I wanted to dream a little bigger, and I attempted Mount Amadablam again. It didn't. I couldn't reach the goal that I have set for myself, but I have learned a lot from that failure, from that failed expedition, and that helped me to gauge where I stand and where I want to go and what is that gap, and I'm working on that gap right now. But yes, I don't want to go for the conventional mountains that people are running behind. I have my own set of mountains, and that can be as small a mountain like that in the Western Ghats. I don't judge a mountain by how height it is or how popular it is, and I might go to a very different mountain which has to offer much different things. Like in Papua New Guinea, I wanted to explore the jungles, the tribals of it. I went inside there through the jungle route where people can actually go in helicopter, right? So but I wanted to enjoy that. I want to go to Peru to climb to go and see the Rainbow Mountains. I might go like underwater and climb some underwater mountain, something new experiences, rather than
Yes, yes.
always chasing a target of some mountains which are standardized. I want to
Maybe.
bring the beauty of
Some
the
changes.
nature in different, yeah, in different forms, and which helps me to evolve, so.
Yeah.
And
You, you will
to be
definitely
honest, like
create a signature.
I like the greenery part of the mountains more. Like, when people ask me which is your best mountain, I would say that Western Ghats is something amazing. But, but you always go to those mountains in the ice and all. And yes, they also have a different beauty, but my heart lies somewhere else. Like, when I go, I compare and I see the world. Now, only when I know that there are certain thing exists, then only I know that what is better than these, what is so. Yeah, so.
Definitely, definitely. Your footsteps will create a signature in the whole sphere. That's our good wish from us. And next, I think you have your upcoming thing is last degree North Pole skiing and Greenland crossing. So tell something very big because we have another two, three questions to ask you.
Right. So I think my perseverance and patience is getting tested. My resolve is getting tested. 3 years in a row, my expedition got cancelled for North Pole. 2 years, I had suffered huge financial losses for that. But like, yeah, I don't want to get into a victim mindset again. I want to say that yes, probably it is allowing me to prepare mentally much more, to become much stronger and come next year again. So yes, I look forward to those expeditions, because polar expeditions are something very, very close to my heart, especially
Yeah.
after I have started studying about them. And to that extent that I have collected posters of some movies of the past on North Pole, and collecting books and signatures of the polar explorers and all. So that is my, again, another passion that I have of late
Yeah.
developed. But
Yeah.
yes, Greenland, I have a lot of plans for Greenland, to do some sailing across the Greenland. But let's see, like, when there is a dream, that means it has come from some hope. And when there is a
Yeah.
hope, that hope is the only thing that can take you forward, even in the middle of dark, even in the middle of everything. So yes, soon, I don't know the definition of soon, but I want to at my deathbed, I want to be content that I have achieved all this, instead of having a regret that I wish I could have done that. So whatever comes to my mind,
Yes.
whatever I have set my heart and my brain and my mind, yes, I will definitely do.
Yes. 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 And the darkness will be over. You will overcome all crisis. So your mission is
Yes.
going to be successful. And you have referred that uh, I think you are referring about the poster empowering mountain people with environmental strategies. Even you have not left the Indian scenario. Kerala backwater paradise lost. It was one of the subjects you were pursuing in propagation.
Yes. So yeah, those were technical papers that I wrote, and I want to write more. But again, I said that because my academic qualifications are not helping me to do that
Yeah,
anymore. But uh, that cannot limit me to work on those areas. So definitely, I will work on whichever areas that I feel deemed necessary, whether I get that recognition in the form of published papers or not. But yeah, I mean, like, yes, no, but the poster that I was talking about is not the poster presentation in Nepal that I did for ICMOD.
oh, okay.
But these posters are like, so I'm collecting a lot of polar memory, what do you call the uh, collections, like stamp, movie posters,
Okay, okay.
coins,
I understand.
and
I understand. I
artifacts
understand.
and stuff and all. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. So
yes,
I
yes.
went to North Pole Museum and I saw a big poster about one movie poster, like that time's original poster
Yeah.
of
I complete the
uh,
list. First day cover, newspaper, journal,
yes. The red tent
autograph,
was the movie. Yeah. So yeah, so that's what I was referring to.
and then gears related to the polar history and mountaineering history of the world. So one day that sort of museum will be either in Kolkata or some other parts of the parts of India. And now I come to another very close thing what you are going to start from 28th February. That is leadership retreat trek. Zamling Tenzing Norge and your company. This is the thing you I'll not tell more about it. And with this thing, we will come to the end of this show. So please tell to our viewers how it is going to happen very briefly, what is going to be shown there, and what kind of leadership summit this is.
Right. So it is more of personal development, personal self leadership, excellence. What I am focusing on here in this leadership retreat. So I personally believe that leadership cannot be taught in four walls, not from book. Just like you cannot learn swimming, reading a book or watching a webinar. So you have to go and experience it. And when you will learn more is when you are in the stressful situation, your original self comes out. And when you know about yourself, most of us, we don't even realize what we are internally. We have masked it in what the society wants from us. So this is an attempt to take people out of their comfort zone and to inspire them, to bring a change in their mindset, to help them learn from the explorers of the past, the explorer of the present, and the explorers of the future. And who else can tell great stories than the very son of Tenzing Norgay to tell about as a
Yes,
person, the
exactly.
great leader. He was a great thought leader, and then I want to integrate that leadership like modules, and I also are going to do a lot of things on NLP, on NLP, neuro linguistic programming in this program, to counter fear, to counter the self inhibitions, limiting beliefs, and everything. So in the backdrop of a mountain, such that you also enjoy, you know yourself, and you are out from all the distractions, and you absorb every single thing from there, and you get inspired at the end of the program. So, and to tell you, we have kids signing up for this, the kids of the age 13, 11, even 5. The parents wants their kid to get exposed to this kind of activities at a very early age, and it helps them in their self development. So yeah, this is a dream project for me, and I'm looking forward to enrich myself as well in this program.
Thank you very much, and we wish every endeavors of Shottarup become more amazing, more successful, and you continue to chase dreams against all odds. And what is your message to the young generation and to the generation who are still away from this kind of adventure sports?
Right. So if I, who was never supposed to be for mountains, I had asthma, and I couldn't even run 100 meter without an inhaler. If I could do all these things, I think everybody can do everything that their heart wants. It's all requires that dedication, that target driven mentality. And if you feel it, if you are not considering your dream as a separate entity, but if you become your dream, every breath of it, of yours, should speak about the dream. Every blood drop should scream about your dreams. And then you and your dream are not two separate entities, you become one, and you will see
Yes,
the
the
dreams are
integrated
possible.
one.
Yes, the dreams are achievable. So a dream, but don't dream so small that you can go and do tomorrow. Like, and have a purpose, and have a big dream. Just run behind that dream and just chase every one of them, and everything is possible. So yes, go ahead, dream.
Thank you very much. And your every word, every sentence, every character you have chosen is inspirational. to the viewers, even to me at this point of my career. So I have learned so many things from this chat show, and hope the son of the soil will be more successful in future, and we will continue to encourage such activities in future. With that, we request our viewers to stay tuned on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for more change makers to come. With that, signing off from Face to Face Show Mujit. Good night to everybody. Thank you very much, Shotaru, and our viewers.
Thank you, and good night.